Let's take a look at just how disastrous DC Comics can become in a few days. This is probably one of the worst performing divisions, I would imagine, at Warner Brothers. I can't wait until David Zaslav takes a real close look at what's going on over at DC Comics. And from what I'm hearing, that's coming. Did a video on that, I think, last week. The rumor is that a very detailed accounting report was created so that higher-ups at Warner could go through the numbers at DC Comics. And we're talking about a company right now that is being extremely stingy on how they spend money. They're literally penny pinching because they're going through HBO Max and they are removing episodes of stuff that nobody is watching so they don't have to pay residuals. So the idea of them going through DC Comics is not far-fetched. But let's take a look at what's going on over at the failed comic company. They recently have decided to create variant covers to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. And once again, trying to virtue signal, they failed. They reduced them to tacos. All of the great stuff in Hispanic culture. And the only thing they did was give characters tacos. I'm not kidding. One of the covers they just kind of stitched together according to the artist as well. And that's this cover right here, the variant cover. They took an uncompleted cover and turned it into this. Not this, this. So here is the original cover. You see it doesn't even have the logo here on his chest. And they replaced it to Viva Mexico and gave him tamales. And then up here, here's another cover, this Blue Beetle eating tacos. This is apparently all there is in Hispanic culture. I'm not kidding. It's more than that. Here's Jessica Cruz. What is she doing? She's eating a taco. Eating a taco. Eating tacos. Right here, this is Hawk Girl. Eating tacos. That's all they're doing. Of course, naturally, Latinos not happy about this. In fact, they find it kind of insulting, as they should, because DC Comics is basically saying that the only thing that they have to celebrate are tacos. This is exactly what it looks like. It's a bunch of woke white people over at DC Comics trying to please people of different cultures, thinking that, we're so virtuous. Let's pat ourselves on the back, and just give characters tacos. It's so cool. They don't know anything about the culture, and it shows right here. That's why they're all eating tacos, because that's all they know. Oh, let's go to a Mexican night or Mexican restaurant to celebrate Hispanic heritage and just have the characters eat tacos. This is the failure of DC Comics. There was outrage over this too, by the way, as there should be. I think it's hilarious when they mess up like this. I do. When they go out and they say, we're going to do this woke move, and it backfires in their face. There's more, too. How about a comic based on children and going over proper pronouns? DC introduces a non-binary school friend for Damian Wayne and John Kent. So before they aged up John Kent Superman, he used to be in a book with Damian Wayne Robin called Super Sons. It speaks for itself. It's Superman's son and Batman's son together in a book. It's actually pretty good at the time. They later canceled it, and they've been bringing it back here and there as like a self-contained type of book. And they've decided to include a story in this book, which is $10, by the way. It's a it's a back-to-school book, which is funny because kids don't read DC Comics. So, like, who's buying this book for $10? And in this school book aimed at children, there's a big section of back to school. It's a back-to-school story, and it's about Robin and Superboy meeting a student that uses they, them pronouns and explains it too. What does that mean? It means that some people feel like they're a mix of both genders, while others don't feel like they identify with either gender. How do you identify, Sydney? I identify with both. I use they, them pronouns. They? Some non-binary people like me like to use gender-neutral pronouns, they and them, instead of she, her, or he, him. Does that kind of help? Yes, it does. And then a bully comes up and makes fun of them, and then them punches his lights out. This is a book meant for children. This, just saying. So this is DC Comics' latest adventure. Fantastic. What's really disappointing is Peter Tomasi signing off on this. It doesn't matter. No one's going to buy this anyway. It's not going to sell. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to want to read this. But it's just a sad state. What I find funny is they think kids are going to actually buy this, which they won't. If anything, because this is $10. I just want to point that out. For $10, they can go get a new manga. Or buy some Fortnite skins, which they would rather do because kids don't read comics anymore. And that's the fault of DC and Marvel Comics letting that entire demographic get away from them, especially when they've had blockbuster movies over a decade in theaters and they couldn't capitalize on it. That's pathetic. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.